Okay, so we're going live, Maria, and what I usually wait on is I can start to see hearts and start to see when people are following, and I like to check that people can hear. So somebody let me know. Somebody give me a shout out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here with Maria.
Oh, do we have hearts?
We've got two people. Oh, we've got two people. See there. Oh, there's the first.
Oh.
There's the first one. Thank you.
Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart, Mr. Hart.
Maria, say who you are.
I'm Maria Nemeth. And I am a psychologist and also a professional coach and an author and the head of the Academy for Coaching Excellence. And I'm just thrilled to be here right now.
So Maria is my coach. She's helped me to get to wherever I am. And we're here because you did a really cool TEDx talk recently. And the link, for anybody who's watching, the link is in the title of this post, and I'll post it on my Twitter page as well, and it'll be on Maria's Twitter page.
Good.
And it's a free thing. You don't have to join anything. You can just click and watch, and it's 13 minutes.
Yes.
And in it are a couple of your top tips and top methods that you use all the time.
Yes.
The thing to know about this talk is the essence of it is how would it be if your life got easier?
Yes.
Would that be okay?
Yes. Would it be okay with you if life got easier? Is the name of the talk.
And you did this talk the day after you broke
my elbow.
Your elbow.
Yep.
So talk to me about how it was doing a talk about.
Well, I was coming to Winnipeg. I was at the airport, National Airport in Washington, and I tripped over my luggage and I landed with my elbow on the marble floor and broke it. You know that little part, the little bulb of your elbow. It went all the way up here.
It's the least funny, but
oh my
one.
God! I was so embarrassed, and people came to rush to help me, and it was quite something. So
yeah. So then the next day you're on stage in front of 600-700 people.
Yes.
Potentially thousands of people online.
Yes.
Doing your talk about how would it be if would it be okay with you if your life got easier?
Yes.
How were you in pain when you?
I was, but I didn't want to have my arm in a sling because it wouldn't look good saying, would it be okay with you if life got easier with your arm in a sling like that, So I took off my sling and I shoved it into my jacket, and thank heavens I had memorized the talk because I didn't have to worry about coming up with words or doing anything extemporaneously. I could just kind of give the talk. So I was very happy.
And in the talk,
yes,
one of the things you talk about is in a moment where you're struggling.
Yep.
How to help yourself.
Yes.
Because you're all about how to make your contribution and how to add value and
yes.
And it's a thing that I do use and I have used on set often. As an actor, there are many pitfalls. One of them is trying to be do a fantastic job or be amazing. And sometimes on set, if I'm nervous, I think I'm not being good enough. I'm not being brilliant. I'm not being fantastic.
Yeah.
And then what I do is I stop and I remember what it is you talk about, and I'd like you to explain it further.
Sure.
But I think about somebody I admire, like the Streep, and I think, what would she do in this situation? And I sometimes I just think, what's my best contribution in this moment? And sometimes I realize my best contribution is to not do anything.
Yes.
It's just to be, and for me a lot of it's about essentially not trying so hard and doing so much. But yeah, tell us about that.
Well, I'll tell you a little bit about it because it's kind of a short tip, and it has to do with how to bring ease to the situation. And as you know, one of the things I'm all about is how you can train your brain for success. That you and I, we're not our brains. We have a brain, and that our brain, I'm going to get a little lecture for just a second. our brain is over 100,000 years old.
Older than Rowena.
Yes. Is that true?
Yeah, she's only 360 or something.
I would expect her to be, from way back there, millennials.
Oh,
millennia
she has
back
an
there.
essence. Like
She has that essence, yeah, I think so. But anyway, our brain, our brain was manufactured to look for danger. If we were living in caves and we would want to go out and get something to eat, and the first thing you do is you look around for the tiger or the lion, who's going to get me? Mm-hmm. And so our brain is wired for danger. And over the many, many years that I've been doing this work, I developed some techniques that you can use to calm that part of your brain down. It's called the negativity bias of your brain, so that you can think creatively. Okay? Mm-hmm. So one of the ways to do it is, and you might want to do it right now, those of you who are listening, think of someone that you admire. And in your case, it's Meryl Streep. And for me, it would be Michelle Obama. Right in the moment, it could be anybody for you. And you say to yourself, what's one quality that I admire about this person? They're compassionate, they're brilliant, and the thing to know is this, that whatever you see in another person, you are capable of yourself. And that's what I love people to know, that
to recognize in someone else, you have to have it in you somewhere.
You have to have it inside of you.
You have to.
I mean, if I say I love people who are compassionate, I have to know what compassion is. Absolutely. So you think of the quality, like Michelle Obama, for me, courage. Mm-hmm. So what would a courageous person do right now? Because I reasoned this, that Michelle Obama doesn't talk about her issues.
No.
She talks about her ideas. She doesn't talk about her complaints. She talks about the contribution she wants to make, and she doesn't talk about her drama. She talks about her dreams. And that is part of what makes for an easy brain. When you can think of what it is you want to focus on in your life. When I was 60 years old, I had this birthday cappuccino with myself. I always do at that time of year. And this one time, I was thinking, what do I want to be known for? And because I'd just been talking with some girlfriends about my doubts and worries and some things that were happening to me. As we do. And I asked myself, do I want there to be on my tombstone, there lies Maria, she had issues. And no. I always wanted it to be, there lies Maria. She loved us, we loved her, and life was just a little better because she was there.
And that's what I think you believe everyone wants, is to make their own individual specific contribution in life. That's what it comes down to, is people want the chance, and sometimes we're our own worst enemy when we get in our own way.
Yes, we do.
So I definitely, that technique of thinking, what would the street do? Or what would you let him, or even just my mum.
Yeah,
whoever it is in that moment. And it takes me away out of thinking about myself and what I'm doing and all that, and it works for me, absolutely. And so that's just one thing that comes out of your TED.
Yes, it does.
Talk that's on this link here. And in that link, you can follow through to Maria's website, and you can see there's books, and there's many other techniques and things that she can pass on to you, and if you're interested in learning more about how your brain works and how to I suppose get past our own worries and our own fears so that we can make the contribution.
One of the things I ask people all the time is, would it be okay to discover that there's nothing wrong with you?
What? There's so many things wrong. No.
That there never has been anything wrong with you.
No, there's too many things wrong.
No. That's part of the prehistoric brain. Mm-hmm. Always looking for what's wrong with me or what's wrong with the environment so that I can get out of danger. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong. The only thing is, if you haven't been as successful as you want to be, it just means you don't have certain skill sets That's all. There's nothing wrong. And these skill sets can be built. They can be built in.
I think stuff like this should be taught in schools.
Oh,
right?
boy. Me too. Me too.
Yeah. Anyway, Maria kind of has her own school. It's the ACE Academy.
Yes.
Coaching.
Yes.
So have a look, take a look. There might be some questions here. I want to see if there's...
Are there any questions here?
Yeah. I don't know if it's me. Hold on. It says, my queen. Okay, hi. That's from... Oh, I don't know if it's moving, it's sticking. Yeah, send us in a question. We can maybe answer some questions.
I love questions. If you have any questions at all, please.
Somebody's telling us we're not frozen. Oh, somebody's telling us that we look good.
Oh, good.
We'll take it.
Oh,
Thanks.
good.
Let's see if there's any comes up. Hey, Luna. Hey.
Mm.
Sometimes it takes a second and you just have to be patient. This is so inspiring. Thank you for spreading this discussion. You're both so great.
Oh.
Thank you, Marciano. I'm guessing you might be Italian.
Yeah.
Hi, Steph.
Mm.
Yeah, no, this, I love working on this stuff with you, Maria, and it has changed my life for sure, because you can be doing what you want to do but not necessarily enjoying it, and what I found is that I'm able to do what I want to do but also be present and be grateful in the moment because of where I am and what I'm doing. That's one of the other things you talk about. If you're stuck.
It is, and let me give this to you. If you're ever experience yourself as being stuck, okay, that just means that your brain is a little overheated. Literally, that's all it means, okay? And one of the remedies for that is to think of something in the moment that you're grateful for. Something right here, right now. Like I'm grateful that I'm talking to my buddy Ruth right now. I'm grateful that some of you are watching this and finding this to be useful. And the minute you drop into what you're grateful for right here and now, not in general, but just right now, I have a nice cup of coffee, I'm wearing my favorite shoes, whatever it is, the minute you think about it, your brain starts to cool down. And then, when it cools down, your prefrontal lobes, I know I'm talking a lot of, professional stuff, but
science.
prefrontal, I know science, but prefrontal lobes, this is the seat of all your creativity. They come online when you lower your anxiety. I mean, have you ever been able to think of a creative idea when you're stressed out?
No, but that's when I get stressed out trying to think of creative ideas, and I'm like, come on, great, and then it's not. It's when you put it down. It's when you're in the shower singing a song that the actual,
it comes because what you've done is you've cooled your brain down. So if you can't run into the shower every time you feel stuck, just have something for which you are grateful, and just think about it, and immediately you'll see. I mean, do it right now, some of you. Some of you, is there something that you're grateful for right here and right now that you just would love to just think about for even 30 seconds?
I'm really grateful for this platform, that we can sit here and do this and reach people. And this is something that wouldn't even have happened 5 years ago.
It wouldn't have happened 5 years ago. And it's a way isn't this a way for us to just communicate back and forth?
There might be a question. The balance of trying to be positive and forcing yourself when you don't feel like it. You know what she means.
I do.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I don't feel like it, I say to my brain, thank you for sharing, but I'm going to think of something that I'm grateful for anyway. And you just do it, and you'll find yourself calming down. You and I, we are in control of our brains. It's the one thing we can control. And what we can...
You have to practice it a little bit.
Yes,
That's the thing, right?
What you want to focus on.
Mine's is like a wild horse sometimes.
Exactly. It's just wild horses of mind. It's amazing. It's amazing. So there's two. So those are the two tips, you know, and one having to do with think of someone you admire, and then contribute that right here and now. Second tip, find at least one or two things for which you are grateful right here and now. That will cool your brain down, and you will not experience yourself as being stuck.
So often we're trying to want a solution. We're in such a rush to find the solution to the problem that all we're doing is generating more heat.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's like brain function 101, right?
It is.
That we should be being given as part of our education.
I think so. Absolutely.
Thank you for this today, Maria. I'm going to just see if there's any more. Thank you. This lady's from Brazil.
Oh, really? What did she say?
Okay, let me see. I'm going to see this one. Oh, I've just lost it. Hold on. I'm going to look at this question. How can we pay attention to the patterns that lead us? How can we pay attention to the patterns that lead us to catastrophic thoughts? That's what I'm good at. I'm good at worst case scenario.
Yes.
Catastrophizing.
Yes.
Because this didn't happen, this means I will be doomed.
Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you this is a really strange thing, but that I'm going to suggest. But be compassionate with your brain. Your brain is 100,000 years old. It still thinks that we are living in a cave. And because of that, the brain still thinks that there is a woolly mammoth that's going to eat us up. Now, when I say be compassionate with the brain, when you are catastrophizing, allow yourself to sit, have some compassion for your brain, and you might even try this. This is the third technique I offer people. Try smiling to your brain. Give your brain a smile. Because you see, you are in control. The thing you can control about your brain, you and I, we cannot control our thoughts. I mean, if I were to say to you, think of a hot fudge sundae with nuts and whipped cream right now, or no, don't think of a hot fudge sundae with nuts and whipped cream.
I'm pretty much always thinking about it.
Exactly. Well, see, you can't control your thoughts, but you can control, folks, where you want to park your brain. Do you want to park it in front of a screen that catastrophizes, or do you want to park it in front of a screen that's grateful, that looks at what you can contribute? Because that's what we are in control of.
Shifting the focus. And
Shifting the focus.
It's a bit like going to a mind gym, because I'm not very good at going to the gym, but some people are really good at that.
Yep.
And it's the same kind of exercise, but just...
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
and
it.
I love seeing things like this online, because I need all the reminders that I can get. And I know that sometimes on your Twitter page and on your Instagram page, and you post, you were doing a Wednesday Wisdom for a while, and you sometimes post these reminders. So have a follow of Maria if you want some of these tidbits to remind you and keep nudging you in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
you for
so
everyone.
much. Yes, yay for everybody who showed up.
Yeah, we did great. Thank you so much. Okay, bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye bye.